Well, it was Nelson Mandela who said education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. But does it depend on the type of education? Now in the UK, according to Essential Kids, former teacher and author Abby Elphinstone, a Scottish writer with dyslexia, has gone public with the facts that she failed her UK SATs. Now, what point was she trying to make? And I should say that, you know, SATs are sort of your entrance exam into, I think, college or tertiary education.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But what was she trying to do here?
Well, I think about the standardised tests that I've done, which have been lots throughout my educational career. And I think about, for example, my HSC. You know, I did quite well and other people I know didn't do so well. But the people that didn't do so well, quite a lot of them are more successful than I am at the moment. And I think she's just making a point that, you know, you don't have to do well in these standardised tests to be successful. They don't measure your success at all. And there's, like, life is so much more diverse than just your academic, you know, abilities.
But the whole reason for testing, and Julie might be able to tell me better being an ex-teacher, the whole point of doing testing, right, is just so that teachers can know how much they've learned. Is that correct?
But I think teachers know that anyway. If it's for the teacher's benefit, if you're not in touch with your students and don't know that, you know, I think you're.
But isn't this information going back to the government and to the powers that be to sort of give them an indication of how the school's going and not letting schools fall through the system who might need more funding?
I'm not convinced that it's being used for the purpose for which it was designed. I'm really not. And I don't see it as being any benefit to the kids. My kids went through the basic skills test.
But don't you think there's a place for it, though?
No, I'm not convinced there is.
It's a snapshot in time. Like a standardised test is just a snapshot of where they are.
And that's the point. It's a snapshot in time. It's not a snapshot of your kids and where they are and where the school is.
And
it's just a little moment in time.
It is only a snapshot, but that snapshot then translates to their self-esteem and what they believe they're actually good at. For example, you know, if you get a bad mark, I often say that primary teachers are so important because if they can make a child believe, believe that they are good at something, and like standardised tests, if you do bad in that, then you believe that you're not good at something, and so you may spend your entire educational career believing you're not good at maths, when in actual fact maybe you are. But
where is that? Is the pressure coming from the standardised test or from the teacher or from the family? Where's that coming from?
I think it's coming from all different areas, and it varies from child to child, family to family. Yeah, I really do. And kids that are under a lot of pressure don't perform better. You know, I think there's a place in learning to handle pressure, but I don't think it comes necessarily from standardised testing.
No.
I think you do have a good point in the sense that there is a place. I think there is a place for it. For example, we were talking earlier about getting your ELS or learning how to drive, driver's license, right?
You want people measured by the same standard.
Yeah, I think there's definitely merit in that.
Life or death, yes.
Yeah. But that's the point, though. I think that affects other people. You know, that standardised testing is something that protects the safety of other people. And I think in that situation, it's merited. But in an educational sense, you're not harming anyone if you're not good at maths or you're not good at English or something.
Unless you're an engineer and you're trying to build a building.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
But basic skills aren't going to, you know, I don't think are going to affect that in the long term.
And I was going to say, I agree with that. School is not necessarily the determinant of how well you're going to do in life. It is a time in your life. But people, I know class clowns I went to school with who have done amazingly well in business now, and then people who did really well academically and haven't necessarily made something of themselves. So the pressure on the kids is that's my question. Where's it coming from? We're about to start NAPLAN this year, like in my household. So I'm like, okay.
Are your kids nervous? Do they
I haven't even told them about it. No.
So they have no idea?
No, they'll do a test, they'll come home and I'll say, how did you do? Did you do your best? And if your best is that, good for you. You know, you're a winner.
I didn't make a big deal about it with my kids either.
I don't need my kids to know if they're at the bottom or at the top.
They already know.
Yeah, well...
Sorry, they already know.
Yeah, look, school is one system we're all sort of forced through, but there's so much more out there. The best thing I reckon you can do for your kids, and I say it in careers all the time, is get them to know themselves and be okay with who they are, and the rest takes care of itself.